Welcome, colleagues, to this Symposium Explainer. Let's just jump right in, because today we are stepping into a lecture that feels a bit futuristic, but I promise you, it is urgently present. We're going to deeply examine Dr. Faith O'Nea's stark and honestly highly detailed taxonomy regarding the mathematical inevitability of AI replacing human endeavor, and we're talking across virtually every sector within the next 5 to 20 years. As a pragmatic technologist, my goal today isn't to scare you, but to help us all understand exactly what's coming so we can strategize our survival and our adaptation.
I want to kick things off with this quote to really set the stage for us. Resistance is mathematically, historically, and economically futile. Dr. Anya makes a brilliant, if sobering point here. Fighting this wave of automation, it's exactly like the horse industry trying to compete with the car in the early 1900s. If you're relying solely on traditional execution skills right now, well, you are the horse in this analogy. The engine of artificial intelligence doesn't sleep, and it's accelerating faster than we can comprehend.
So here is our roadmap for today's wake-up call. First, the futility of resistance. Second, the mathematics of capital efficiency. Then, obsolescence in high-skills sectors. Fourth, evolving the education system. Fifth, financial survival and mitigation. And finally, transitioning from execution to wisdom.
Okay, Section 1. The futility of resistance. Historical precedents of technological disruption.
Let's take a quick look back. From the Luddites attempting to halt the Industrial Revolution in 1816 to the fall of Kodak in 2012, clinging to the past literally only delays the inevitable. Think about it. The Luddites smashed machines believing they could protect their jobs, but textile production just ended up increasing 100-fold. By 1950, 99.9% of the 3 million working horses in the U.S. had been completely eliminated by cars. And Kodak? They employed 145,000 people, but went utterly bankrupt by 2012 simply because they denied the digital revolution. History always vindicates the adapters and crushes the resistors.
Moving on to Section 2, Mathematics of Capital Efficiency, the Insurmountable Cost Differential.
The absolute crucial point here is capital efficiency. This is our new economic reality. Capital will always choose the cheaper, faster, and more reliable automated task. Consider this for a second. An AI worker costs about a penny per task. It works 24/7, never gets sick, doesn't need a vacation, and is never going to unionize. Now, how can a $50 per hour human who requires sleep, healthcare, and legal protections compete with that? Unless it's heavily regulated, capitalism is always going to choose the fraction of a penny option. It's just math.
And this right here brilliantly illustrates the core of the problem. Human cognitive capacity has essentially been stagnant for 50,000 years. We improve linearly, right? We learn one thing at a time. It's like walking up a staircase. AI performance, however, doubles roughly every 6 months on many tasks. It improves exponentially. It's like stepping into an elevator that doubles its speed every single floor. You simply cannot linearly compete with an intelligence growing at an exponential rate. Your 20 years of training can easily be matched by 20 minutes of AI prompting. Crazy, right?
All right, Section 3, Obsolescence in High-Skill Sectors, AI disrupting healthcare and creative fields. Now, you might be thinking your specialized university degree protects you. Actually, Dr. Anya's taxonomy says otherwise. Just look at healthcare. AI diagnostic reasoning is already reaching 99% accuracy in detecting tumors, fractures, and bleeds, and it does this way faster than any human. This fundamentally disrupts fields like radiology, which currently sits at about 92% human accuracy. You see, clients and patients don't pay for the fact that a human is doing the work, they pay for outcomes and accuracy, and the AI is simply getting better outcomes.
And hey, it's not just logic and data crunching either. Even in the creative fields, AI tools are absorbing human effort at an astonishing rate. Tools like Midjourney, ChatGPT, AI video editors, they are already replacing massive percentages of graphic designers, copywriters, and video producers who do routine work. We're talking about 50 to 60% replacement of routine creative tasks today, and full replacement in those specific routine scopes is projected within just 3 to 10 years.
Which brings us to Section 4, Evolving the Education System, the shift from rote learning to AI fluency.
As academic leaders, we really need to look at this closely. Our outdated focus on rote memorization sharply contrasts with an urgent need for a totally new paradigm. The traditional path of learning how to perfectly execute a single task, that's dead. In the AI era, we must teach our students continuous, lifelong learning. Instead of teaching them how to execute tasks, we have to teach them how to orchestrate AI systems. We need to prioritize AI fluency over linear subject mastery because, frankly, the shelf life of a technical skill right now is just 2 to 5 years.
Okay, Section 5, Financial Survival and Mitigation, a pragmatic guide to the labor transition.
Let's pivot to the intensely practical. As a technologist, my advice to you is to follow these steps literally today. First, audit your weekly work. Identify everything that is rule-based or repetitive, because those tasks are already being replaced. Second, aggressively learn the AI tools specific to your field. Third, build hybrid skills. You want to be the doctor or the lawyer who is an absolute master of AI tools. But most importantly, step 4, build a serious financial buffer. Dr. Onia's taxonomy suggests planning for incomes to potentially drop 30 to 70% in the next 5 years for those who don't adapt. You need a 12 to 24-month emergency fund to weather this transition.
Finally, let's look at Section 6, From Execution to Wisdom, Redefining Human Purpose.
Right now, AI is a co-pilot. Soon, it's going to be a partner doing most of the work, and eventually, a competitor doing all the technical execution. So as AI absorbs that technical work, our survival relies entirely on continuous lifelong learning. But more profoundly, our value proposition as human beings must shift from doing to stewarding. We have to transition from technical execution toward wisdom, ethical stewardship, deep relational trust, and charismatic leadership. We're moving from being the hands that build to the minds that direct and the hearts that connect.
Colleagues, the unvarnished truth is that we must become the people who control and orchestrate AI, not the people blindly competing with it. If you try to compete on speed, cost, or memory, you will lose every single time. But if you multiply your unique human domain expertise by using AI as your instrument, you become irreplaceable. The future absolutely belongs to those who show up early. Stop competing, start orchestrating. I want to leave you with this final thought for our symposium explainer. The revolution isn't coming, it's already sitting right at your desk. As the labor landscape radically transforms around us, what steps are you going to take today to ensure you aren't left behind? Will you be the horse breeders denying the automobile? Or will you be the ones who build the roads of tomorrow? Thank you for joining me, and seriously, I urge you, start orchestrating.